It's 6:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Two of the boys most seriously injured following Tuesday night's explosion near Bulahdelah remain in a stable condition in Westmead Children's Hospital. They both underwent surgery yesterday. One has burns to 40% of his body, while the two other boys have been released from the John Hunter Hospital. They were all playing with nitro fuel for a remote-controlled boat when it ignited, sparking an explosion. Police are searching for two men who held up the Talara Bowling Club in broad daylight. The pair entered the Clark Street premises just before 1:30 yesterday afternoon and threatened staff and patrons with a firearm before escaping with cash. Catherine Brzezinski from Police Headquarters has this description of the two men.
One is described as being male, about 180 centimetres tall, with a thin or athletic build. He was last seen wearing a balaclava or stocking over his face, with a black hooded style jumper, black pants, gloves and black shoes. The second is described as being a male, about 180 centimetres tall, with a thin athletic build. He was last seen wearing a balaclava or stocking over his face and a red hooded style jumper, black pants and gloves.
Police will continue their search today for an elderly man who wandered off from the Maitland Hospital on Monday and hasn't been seen since. They're still trying to work out how 86-year-old stroke patient Herbert Nobby Bartlett managed to get out of the hospital, although it appears he may have left through a door not covered by CCTV. There are concerns for his welfare as he can't communicate and is on medication. Hunter Water is creating a 22-kilometre buffer zone along the Williams River on land purchased for the Tilligra Dam. Tilligra land will be bound by a public positive covenant to maintain the fencing and protect the region's precious water resource. Nick Kaiser from Hunter Water says a healthy Williams River is vital for farmers and tourism.
Keeping the Williams River clean and making this lasting improvement to the Williams River is actually a long-term investment in the Lower Hunters drinking water supplies, given that the Williams is the number one source for Grahamstown Dam.
A Sydney man who organised an illegal dance rave in the Wattigan Mountains has been ordered to pay nearly $4,000 in fines and court costs. Stuart Duffy held the so-called Bush Doof in a remote part of the national park over 3 days in June last year. It almost ended in disaster, with a teenager who tried to sneak in without paying falling 60 metres off a cliff. He had to be winched out by the Hunters Westpac rescue helicopter. Hunter New England Health is holding a forum at Pecolbin this week as part of April Falls Day. The forum, held in conjunction with the New South Wales Falls Prevention Network, hopes to educate families on the signs and symptoms of dementia. Falls Injury Prevention Coordinator Patsy Burke says you can detect a fall before it occurs.
They might have a temporary confusion, which is often called a delirium, or some people may have a more permanent change to the way they think, and that can be called dementia. Whichever way it is, it's about having healthcare workers diagnose and treat what the conditions are that can be managed.
Now with sport, Iona McNabb.
The Knights could potentially be without both of their starting props for their clash with Penrith on Saturday, following an onslaught of injuries in the team. This comes as Cade Snowden may be forced to pull from the game following a painful corked thigh. Knights coach Rick Stone, however, says most of the players are on the mend.
Bo's ankle still a bit sore. He was off legs today. Obviously, so was Cade Snowden. He's got a bit of a cork there, and Mullo's got some. I think he's had some scans and got a few more to have, but I think he's pretty clear. He trained without doing contact today, but he looked like he's moving around all right to play. So BJ's hand, it's come down pretty good, and so a few bumps and bruises there, but overall, I think everyone will take their place.
The Jets' Old Boys Day, as part of their community round, is set to see a number of the old greats return to Hunter Stadium on Sunday. Attendance includes Newcastle's second father-son duo, Nick Cowburn, and his father, foundation member of KB United. The Old Boys will usher the present team onto the field before the Jets take on Adelaide. And Newcastle Netball Association President Dale Saunders has been recognised for 60 years of service on the NNA Executive Committee. She took on a secretarial role at the age of 19, eventually becoming the president for the last 37 years. That's sport. I'm Iona McNabb.
To a new RFM News Time, 26 to 7.